Very different, a little bit more informal, Arthie. As I always say, welcome.
Thank you. It's nice to have a new face to the table.
Well, Arthie, firstly, let's notice you don't have a Red Bull in front of you. So I'm assuming sleeping is going better at home.
No, it's actually not. But people don't know what's in
here. Is it a Red Bull?
My child is teething at the moment. So.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, and it's multiple. It's not even one. It's like 4 at a time.
Yeah,
but it's all good.
So, but it's been very exciting. I mean, Arthie, with all your reviews lately, it's really got some incredible traction.
It does, yes.
And it's really helped out the market as well. So, just a reminder, if you guys want to know exactly what the club does, stats, data, all of that type of stuff, we've got you covered on that. But today we're here to talk about a bit of a secret, something we've silently been working with the man sitting on the left-hand side, Donnie Prinsloo. I think firstly, we need to be, we're very honest with our guest, Donnie.
Kom ons wees maar eerlik.
Donnie and I have known each other for a long time. Myself and Arthie obviously started the partnership in the Human Golf Show. What is it now? 2 years ago.
2 years in August.
And I might as well congratulate us.
Yes.
Because we just reached monetization. And if we say this to people, you know we've invested in the show quite a bit. But what's so wonderful is 360 to 370 hours of watch time a month. And that's really an incredible, and we want to thank everybody that makes that possible, that spends that time with us. We can't tell you from the bottom of our hearts how much we appreciate that. But let's get on to the secret. So Donnie Prinsloo, on my left-hand side, I'll do a quick intro. So Donnie is one of the owners of the Country Meat Butcheries, the Braai Room. And myself and Donnie actually started that while in 2013.
2013, yeah.
19th of January. We started the first butchery in Johannesburg, and we've taken our paths into different ways.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes.
How do you remember that date, but then you forget your wedding anniversary?
I'm not very good with that, but okay. The reason I remember that is because we never slept.
What's your daughter's birthday?
Don't do that. But the one is the 14th of February.
Okay. That's the one.
The one. What about the other one? It's around the 7th. But so Donnie, a while back, and you know, he's going to say he, in his mind, imagined these simulators for his business. But you know, the Human Sport Oaks put the first simulators in 5 years ago. So Donnie, get off your high horse.
Yeah.
But Donnie allowed us to come in and partner with him. We've got Arthur, obviously, on the golfing side that's heavily invested in that. And we thought we'll come together to create a beautiful simulation experience for everybody. But Donnie, maybe it's time that you just do a bit of an intro. Who are you and what's your deal here?
Yeah, so guys, I'm a butcher. Slagvleis. Yeah. No, in all honesty, I don't think I'll be able to cut a carcass.
Yeah.
I'm unfortunately not that guy, but I know a little bit about meat.
Yes.
We started the Braai Room concept, as you well know, with braaiing a few burgers outside the butchery.
With a big Weber.
The big Weber. People loved it. They wanted more variety. So the next logical step for me was to go into restaurants. We supply restaurants, we sell meat to restaurants. So that's how the Braai Room concept started, and we just started growing it. Eventually we took a space here in Lonehill. It was a very big restaurant. It was one massive space of about 780 squares. I decided to develop the one side of it, and then at a later stage to develop the other side of it.
Yeah.
What we found is it's a very outdoor space. It's next to a lake.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
In the center of Lonehill.
In the center of Lonehill.
Yeah.
Phenomenal place for families to hang out, big kids play area. But what we found is very quiet when it's times like winter and when it's cold. So started thinking, okay, what can we do that could be a sort of a hedge to that? You know, when it's really cold, what can bring people in? What can we do to lift up the cold periods? And funny enough, me and Albert spoke again, and I was like, okay, I saw this golf thing, started thinking, I actually thought racing simulators, some sort of simulator, anything that you could put, something entertainment, you know, put inside. And then, you know, from the racing sims, I went to go look at a few racing sims, and then this sort of morphed, and I spoke to Albert, and he said he knows guys that do racing sims, but he does the golf sims. And one thing became the next, and here we are, sitting in the middle of Lonehill, next to a lake, and one of the best, well, I would claim the best, golf's the best, definitely. That's golf sim place in South Africa. You know, I think what we've managed to do well together is we've we've got tech that no one else has got.
Yeah.
And I can say that with a smile on my face. Whatever other people have tried have been great because they've paved the way and they've sort of, but what we've got here is totally different. It's next level. As you guys know, we had our soft launch a week ago. We had pro golfers here, you know a lot of them. We're not going to name drop, but we had a lot of pros here, and every single guy said the same thing. How realistic is this?
Yeah.
How realistic is this? I mean, you know, after I mean, you can
It's
test.
it's actually crazy. So I've always been skeptical with indoor sims because in the last 2-3 years I've tested them, and it hasn't been realistic from the numbers aspect, the ball speed, the shot tracing. It just wasn't there.
The shaping,
especially the shaping, and even just the numbers. And just fooling around an hour ago, looking at the numbers. I checked my numbers this afternoon, yesterday, and I'm always that person to look for faults, and I cannot find fault in the system. I cannot. I'm not just saying that because I'm sitting here, but the tech is unreal. So I'm super excited. So it's very positive because it's realistic. You don't want to play a PlayStation game, then you can go shoot 60 with Tiger Woods. You know, you want to play a realistic thing. And we can also set the parameters to make it, you know, greens a bit slower, more challenging, you know, auto putts and stuff like that. But just from a tech perspective, it's unreal.
Look, it's super realistic. I played Augusta yesterday. I shot 106.
That's the stat.
It's right. You know, it's right.
But you know, we always say, and you know, why do you guys on the other side want to even listen to this type of thing? One, I really like the concept when Donnie spoke to me about the clubhouse. You know, so Lonehill is quite a
community.
It's a community. So how do we replicate this in other communities? And what everybody is looking for is entertainment. You know, the club days, even whether it's young or old, those days of going out, you're having to worry about cops getting you on the street. You're having to worry about what happens in those places. You now bring it to a safe environment. It's completely controlled. Wonderful menu. Incredible history of restaurant and backbone. You've got Windhoek, which is one of the sponsors of the concept, and on top of that, we've partnered with Titleist. As you can see, we're all in Titleist gear. You know, for Cliff, his team, and Jesse and them to all just immediately jump on board. It just tells you that trust what we've put together.
Yeah.
So it's not just from a technology perspective, which if we don't mind, we can just touch on that. So it's AI deployment. Okay, so you've got full AI integrated. You've got full camera capacity. So once you've hit the shot, it's actually going to give you immediate, instant feedback as to how that club came across. And why I like that is because it confirms the shape that you've seen in the range. Then we also took it a step further to say, so the two options in launch monitors really is radar-based and camera-based. And camera-based have a far better indoor environment.
Correct.
Controllability.
Correct.
Then on top of that, you've got the full simulation software that you can play basically any course in the world.
Yeah.
But another step further to that is the guys want to come and play a bit of beer pong.
Yeah.
They want to come and play darts on the golf. That's the fun element. And then the kids side.
Correct.
All of a sudden your kids can come into a safe environment, again with all the peripherals that comes with the restaurant. Anybody can get anything to drink, anything get anybody to eat, and they can come and just enjoy themselves in a good controlled environment.
Well, that's the thing, you know. So for me, you know, I've also got 4 young kids.
You've got
the reason why I shot 105 is because I don't play golf anymore, and I love golf. I mean, I've always been a golfer. I love it, but I never get the time. But what's awesome about this is we bring the kids go to the kiddies play area. My wife can sit, have a nice glass of wine. If I play on my own, I'll get through 18 holes for an hour. An hour slot. I've played a whole 18 holes of golf. It's cost me 200 Rand. The kids have had a great time.
They've also
been looked after by the childminders. Wife's happy, I'm happy, kids are happy. Fun family environment. What more do you want?
And let's make it, I just want to quickly expand. So you talk about projectors in here that can launch any event. You've got a new launch, a new product, something you want to discuss with your team. Right. There's 4x3 screens to do that with. The other thing, Arthur, that me and you always speak about is practice with purpose. So trust me, we all understand the driving range effect in South Africa. The problem is just you've got no context, you've got no data points, and you've got no reference of whether you're creating bad habits or good habits.
And the balls are
Now you can come in here. So it's literally like you want to just do a driving range session this morning for you individually to see your data, your stats, your camera work, or you want to have your 4-ball or a par 3 course. You want to work out particular range on your wedges or your long irons, whatever that might be. We've got the performance software on the left-hand side, on the one side, and on the other side you've got the simulation play, which fully integrates as a unit between them, and that creates an incredible environment.
And also, if you look at it from a golf perspective, this is such a positive because it grows the game of golf. You know, it gets kids starting young because it's fun, it's accessible. People walk in here and they see, listen, I wanna hit a golf ball. Can I hit a golf ball? It gets golf clubs in people's hands, and for me, that is the best thing for this. I honestly think that's unbelievable.
In my corporate days, we always let's take clients up for golf. You always have that one client that doesn't play golf. You always have that one oak that's just
only 4 people.
And it's only 4 people. So, and the thing about it is, now you're on a cart, 2 oaks on that cart, 2 oaks on that cart. People always say business happens on the golf course. Business happens after the golf in the clubhouse. That's where the business happens. So what's great about this is now all of a sudden you say, okay, well, listen, let's go out, let's have a company golf day. From the secretary to the cleaner to anyone in the company can come. I mean, we saw earlier a beer pong. You take and you literally have to be able to hit a ball 15 meters. If anyone can do it. So all of a sudden, it's back to your point, all of a sudden there's golf clubs in people's hands. That person leaves here, they go like, shucks, but this is actually something that I would like to investigate further, you know? I want to do, I want to actually try this out. And then on top of that, then we got our own golf pro here, gives golf lessons. I mean, the things for me is it's endless. Whatever you think. I mean, tomorrow night we've got a 40th birthday party. The guy booked all the bays for his wife, all their mates for a 40th. Phenomenal day out. Everyone has a great time, goes home.
The exciting part for me also, or what I enjoyed last weekend, is when South Africa played Wales. All the screens turn into rugby, and everyone has their own flat, or what do you call it, cinema room to watch sports. The Gees was here.
And then we got about 7 TVs in here, so that also helps.
And you've got surround sound that literally plays.
Even in the bathroom.
Correct. I could hear someone scream.
Listen, that's one thing. When you open a restaurant, put music in the toilet. That's the one thing. As we walk into a hotel,
So it was really cool to see you bring people together, which is amazing.
So yes, it's the 3 of us that came together, and obviously on the foundation of the Braai Room and Country Meat, which is always close to our hearts. So you've got the butchery right upstairs, you've got Nikki's for a wonderful breakfast, and I'm doing a bit of promotion now. You've got the restaurant to walk in here on a day-to-day basis, and then obviously this section, which is completely different even to that section, which is a whole new energy level on this side. But we've got great vision for this business. We eventually want to get the schools involved to run junior campaigns, you know, for fitting to happen within the space. So there's definitely rollout plans, but for now, we're saying that this is the offer on the table at the moment.
Come have fun.
Come and have fun. And I do appreciate everybody that's listening to this at the moment, you know, that you even take the time to listen to this story. But at the same time, I also feel we've built something for everybody.
Correct.
We've literally taken the time, the energy, the research and development. You know, these things don't just come together. You've got this foundation as a restaurant, which takes a lot of building, but then to put the technicalities and the setup in a safe environment together, we did that with so much passion so that you can walk in here and have a destination to come and enjoy the other side of golf.
Correct. And also, from an outsider's perspective, because I've been a customer to Dani for a while, so outside perspective, the butcher, world-class meat. The restaurant's food is unbelievable. I'll tell you now to all the listeners, if your food is he's paying for your... The food
we got a money back out of jail.
Exactly.
So the food is unreal, you know, from pizzas to burgers to steak to any cut of meat you want to shisanyama. If you want a piece of wors and pap, it's there. It caters to everyone. So listen, there's no fault in this. Let's call it the system, and it's exciting.
Well, from our side, before we go on to, because we're going to show you guys a bit of B-roll, and we're going to show you some of the activities that happens in the actual for Bay as well tonight. It's a full book house tonight. But from my perspective to both of you, thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, lucky guys.
Thank you. I'm so excited about all of this. It's tremendously passionate for all of us. And for the golfing community, it is where South Africa is going. We have always been at the forefront, all the time. We have an incredible tour in South Africa. We have incredible facilities. So we are not saying to replace any of that. It is simply to offer an alternative to what you find normally.
100%. That's why I love playing paddle, because it takes an hour and a half, not 6 hours.
Yeah.
So you can play 18 holes now in 6 hours. It's
guys,
amazing.
But it's as simple as, and that's what I said to Titleist earlier today. I was hitting balls yesterday, and I was consistently, every third shot, 15 meters short. And I'm like, why am I 15 meters short?
Yeah.
So I call Info and I say, hey, listen, there's something wrong here. The tech must not be working. Something's not lacking. And I said, is the altitude different when, because I know we can set the altitude, we can set the green speed, we can. He said, no, he's playing on the same thing the whole time. And I actually looked down and I saw someone snuck a different golf ball in there. So the golf balls that we use are the Pro V1s.
Yeah.
And someone snuck a different ball in there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I said to the guys from Titleist, I'm sold. I'm playing Pro V1 from now. And the reason is because those sort of things, you can't see that on a driving range. I would have never, ever in my wildest dreams imagined that a ball's going to give me 15 meters different.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's spin you after, whether you want, I'm still a baby in learning all the different balls and all the. But it's just that I could see that in real life and so quickly go, okay, but listen, something's off.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's the key, is that data, that absolute
instant feedback. And make an adjustment right there.
Smash factor, who would have known? Smash factor. Now it's like, what's smash factor? It gets you excited about stuff. It gets you like really pumped about it.
Yeah. So we have partnered, and we said it right in the beginning, but Windhoek has come to the partnership, but Titleist as well has come bigly to the top, in a big way to the partnership. So I just want to say that because there's Titleist clubs available here.
Yeah.
Titleist have given us full bags that they're going to keep updating with the latest and greatest on the market. In fact, we got a bit of a sneak view this morning for the new drivers coming, which, by the way, they've said this show can review it before it even goes into the market.
Correct.
The only show in Africa that can do that. And then Arthie, I know with Donnie here, but I just want to quickly touch on it for 30 seconds.
And his last 4 words.
No, Mornay from Mr. Variety came to us a while ago. There's a company, I want to get this right, Additive. My apologies, that has these massive 3D printers in South Africa. They built them themselves. In fact, they resell it to the rest of the world. So again, just, we always think South Africa is so behind in things. Actually, so far from the truth. They have 3D printed the first iron for us. They've based it on a T300. T350, my apologies, from Titleist. And I can just tell you guys, it is pretty exciting to see what we were hitting today. We'll have a little bit more about that.
It was fun. It was a great experience.
Let's point it out. It's the first 3D printed golf club in Africa ever made.
Ever made.
Wow. If we're wrong, challenge us.
No, listen, for a fact, and we know for a fact that Cobra has already launched 3D printed clubs into the market.
Made in America, or
made in
wherever
America,
that was
but
else.
at like 60, 80, 100,000 rand.
Yeah. 60 grand.
So expensive. So we've got some exciting, we're going to do a big podcast on that.
Correct.
Show some footage, and Mornay from Mr. Variety, which is sitting here, he's always off camera. He will make sure that we do a wonderful show on that to show you guys a little bit of what's coming.
Correct. And also, by the way, Donnie we owe Mornay bottle of brandy because he had the first hole-in-one here.
Oh yeah, they did the hole-in-one challenge.
Yeah. Hole-in-one challenge, and he got the first hole-in-one.
Okay, it only took 800 shots, but it's okay, it's in. And so we said a bottle of brandy. So there you go.
And just FYI, for every person, and I'm putting my neck on the line here, who gets a hole-in-one, you'll get rewarded. I promise you.
You'll get rewarded.
We're working on what?
Yeah, but it will
get
come.
there.
Yeah.
So just for instance, golfroom.co.za, go in there for your bookings. Also, we're going to start rolling out Meet Comps Wednesday. So we really are going to create a local clubhouse. And the golf courses and the driving ranges complement this. Because they've all helped towards where golf is today. And like we say, we're not competing against them. We're offering the golf value in a different way. And This concept actually is quite old in the world. South Africa is just so privileged that it's always had the capacity, but most importantly, the cost of these things have really got to a point where it's a value proposition. So therefore, it's feasible on your side. It's really the cost of entry to come in here is a really good cost. You'll find definitely value and money for that. So whether you are waking up in the morning and coming to do a driving range session, whether you're bringing your mates here the afternoon, whether you're having a bachelor or bachelorette party, whether it's a corporate event or any product that you are launching, this is the destination to get hold of. Thank you in advance for all your support, and once again, the three of you, thank you for this privilege. Bye,
and also for everyone, if the sound quality is bad, I would love for you to see what's happening in the background.
Yeah.
So we'll see on that.
And then I just realized something, Mornay. We should now switch to Afrikaans because it's 2-1 here. Yeah. And I just want to remind everybody, because I want to remind
you. Use the two, you two.
This thing is actually a Dutchman. When his mother starts speaking English, we wanted to switch to Afrikaans. That's how she sounds. Okay, she sounds like my mom from Northwest and Holly's family.
It's with a capital F.
So what we're going to do now after this, and thank you for staying with us, we're going to quickly show you guys a bit of the B-roll, the video, and some of the bays in action. But thank you very much, and from my artist perspective, I just want to say out of the bottom of my heart, for the milestone reached again this month, thank you for everybody, and the camera people here that at the same time, and Mornay for producing such a wonderful show with us, with so much innovation and excitement all the time. Thank you for your time as well. Okay, just don't do 700 shots, you embarrass me.
Vir die kykers by die huis.
Vir die kykers by die huis.
Oor en uit, mooi weer en warm.
Ja, geseën.
Nou vir die kykers by die huis, oor en uit, mooi weer en warm.